Hi everyone, this is Deb Tim, a Canadian girl. Welcome to my channel. You know, this is going to be a new series. Um, you all know that I love plants. I mean, just look behind me at my jungle, right? So I decided to do videos once a week on a plant. So today is going to be the start of this series, and we are going to look at and repot a jade plant. So please stay tuned. My plan today is to prune my jade plants. See that big empty spot there in front of my pond? That is the first jade plant I have set up on my table to get working on. It's a big plant and will leave me with lots of shoots to replant. Now I only have one bag of soil, so I'm sure I won't get any more done than this one plant. So here it is. I'm going to be pruning this fellow today. This is a stunning healthy plant, but could use some trimming. He's very top heavy. You can see how nice and thick his trunk is. This is a bamboo stake that is keeping him from topping over. That's not uncommon for jade trees as they are such heavy plants. I will be cutting this branch off here. That will give me a whole new tree. I do have a number of pots to choose from. Now I do prefer the pots with the drain holes in them, and I like the pots to be either clay or a heavier material. It is a beautiful healthy plant, but pruning and repotting are all important aspects of keeping your plants growing well and staying healthy. Jade plants are a succulent. That simply is a plant that holds water within its leaves. Jade plants do not have to be cut back unless you want to keep them a certain size. When pruning to keep a plant healthy, you really just need to remove the dead leaves or dried up areas of the plant that don't look good anymore. And now it's time to get to work. Okay, here is the tree, now about half the size it was. I had to use a knife as it was so thick. My clippers were just not going to do the job. This branch is super heavy and is also in need of some trimming. I'll trim off these bottom shoots before potting, and then I will work from there. This one branch is going to be an entirely new tree. Step 1, pick a pot. Jade plants are super easy to propagate. In fact, they don't need our help in that area at all. However, they do need us for the pruning, repotting, and general care. I removed these bits from around the base of the large plant. This is what I mean by they don't need our help. A simple leaf can lay on the ground and begins to produce little roots and will become a new plant in no time, all on its own. With the size of this tree, I will have a ton of leftover jade. So I'm just filling up this pot that I will be using for this plant. Next, I am going to trim up the trunk. So let's move this, get my clippers. Now these bottom branches here I will remove just to give the trunk a clean up and a bit of a shaping. You would not believe how heavy this branch is. Let's move that one. Oh yeah, he's still way too heavy. He needs to be clipped a little more. All right, I'll take out this branch. Wow, that's like another whole tree. No, I'm gonna have to get one more. There, another tree. Okay, that feels more manageable. Beautiful plant. All right, let's try it in this pot. Just make a center hole for them. You know what? I think this pot is just a little too big. Let me get this one over here. Just transfer some soil. Yep. Oh yes, and I'm quite messy at this too. No worries, I clean up my own mess. There. Now let's see how this will work. Yeah, I can already feel it's going to be a better fit. So I'm setting the plant into the pot, but I'm not packing the soil tight. Jade plants need good drainage soil. Now I have a bamboo stick here that I will be cutting as a stake because this plant is still quite top heavy and will fall over without some secure way of standing. Now I don't tie this around the plant. I just push it in the soil and follow the plant down to where I feel it has a good solid secure post to lean on. So now I'm just going to take the little scoop and fill up around the pot. Again, I don't pack the soil, just lay it gently on top. As you do watering, you will notice the soil kind of gets pushed down a little, and then you can top up a little more soil if you like. I like to just take a fork and loosen it up a bit. So here I'm just going to take a couple more snips to clean the plant up. There, I think that is looking pretty good. There we go. Now I have 2 plants instead of just 1. So here we're looking at the bigger of the 2 new jade plants. It's still quite top heavy and could use a trim. I keep looking here and there, and I know he's still heavy, but it's a struggle for me because I really like how he's looking, and I think his shape is lovely. No, I think I'm going to leave him just as he is, at least for now. Jade plants are very forgiving, and they never complain. So if you trim them up now or later, they adjust anyway. They really do bring a sense of peace and well-being to your home, not to mention good fortune and prosperity. So the last thing I have to do is give them each some water and then set them in their new place. When watering these succulents, it's important to let them dry out between waterings. They do not do well in constantly moist soil. Check the top couple of inches. If you still feel moisture, then you really don't need to water. I generally water my jades only every 2 or 3 weeks, and they do very well for me. Well, this is what I have left over in a bag of jade clippings. Now, these would make wonderful plants. Some of them are really quite large. But if you are interested, I will gladly send you some. So just leave me your address and I'll pack them up as well as I can and send them off to you. So here we are in my jungle. I did a lot of work today. Not only did I work on pruning and repotting and propagating my jade plant, but I refreshed and repotted every single plant that you can see on the floor or on the benches. The only ones I didn't work on were the ones in the hanging baskets and my big umbrella tree in the back there. Now here you can see a new little jade plant. And down here is the newest jade tree that I cut off the original plant. I have more jade now on the shelf behind the pond. My fish love their jungle. And down here I have some new jade plants. Now this jade plant, his name's Hector, and he is the biggest jade plant I have. In fact, I can't lift him by myself, but I'm very tempted in allowing him to get as big as he can, even if I have to use broomsticks as his stakes. This is the original tree. Now you can clearly see that I trimmed him back. I had to use 2 stakes to keep him straight, so I decided I may as well trim him up. But this is a very special place for me. It is a place where I can relax, just spend time with my plants, listening to the water of the ponds, and truly benefit from my jade. So until next time, this is Deb Tim signing out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. If you have a plant you'd like me to highlight, I would love to hear it. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.